Hey, Sassy fam. Welcome to your Sunday check-in. I hope you're well. I hope you are fabulous. Last week, we wrapped the Intimate Tarot. It's good to have that back on the channel, of course. And then next week will be Celtic Cross, full in-depth. You know, I really tried to keep them at 40 minutes under, and that just doesn't happen. Not with the Celtic Cross. It's just so terribly extensive, which is one of its advantages. Yeah, but I pushed it. Everybody got a little bit over 40 minutes, yeah? But there you go. That's just how we do things around here. At least with the Celtic Cross readings. You guys, what's up? Just a brief note. I anticipate to go on vacation a couple of weeks, but that should not in any way disrupt the messages, assuming I've done my job well. The schedule will resume as normal without disruption. What else? Oh, it's just a relief, you guys. I've been wearing summer dresses all week. Just fantastic. The heat is on. Here in Central Texas, indeed. And we are now hitting the pools. Heck yeah, it's pool season, baby. Love it. Oh, I'm such a water baby. Oh, seriously. Oh, God, I can't get enough of the water. I'm in it at all times, whenever possible. I'm a land creature because I must be. But if I could, I'd live in the water. I love the water. Constant swimmer. Just love it. You guys, it's summer season. It's swimsuit season. Let's have some fun. Let's get rolling. Like always, your sign will be timestamped in the comments as well as the description box. I got you. And like always, take what resonates, leave what does not. We're doing an abbreviated version of yours and theirs today, so also, of course, reverse those energies as you see fit. Do keep in mind with yours and theirs, be it the in-depth or the abbreviated version, your person does not have to be a significant other, spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, lover type situation. It's whomever fits the dynamic as I'm describing it. Keeping that in mind, it could be about a family member or a friend. I don't know. It's really up to you. Yeah. So, like always, take what resonates, leave what does not. Yeah. I think that about covers it, you guys. If I forget something and remember it, outro. Like always. You guys, take care, be well, and I will see you at your sign. Leo, you're up first. What's going on, please? Show me Leo and their person. Show me Leo and their person. Show me Leo and their person, please. Show me Leo and their person. Cinnamon's trying to find her most comfortable position for a mid-morning nap. Page of Cups. Yeah, okay. Three of Swords. Seven of Wands. I know. You have pain in your heart and you don't want to feel it. That's the long and short of it right there. Connected. Ace of Cups. Nine of Pentacles. The Emperor. This person loves you. Whomever they are, they have a full heart for you. Strong sense of independence attached to them. What's going on? Shared. Seven of Cups. King of Pentacles. Seven of Swords. We haven't chosen it. Okay. Hanged Man. No, we haven't chosen it, but it's there. It's available to you. I can only read what's here, not what isn't. Okay? I see that you are suffering. Your heart hurts. And you spend some energy pretending like it doesn't. Okay? It's a very human thing to do. It does feel like your suffering is unnecessary. Let's get to it. Ace of Cups, Nine of Pentacles, the Emperor. Wow. That person's crazy about you. They have a full heart for you, and they say they speak unto thyself. They say they know themselves very well. And it's not about you being right or wrong. It has nothing to do, well, I got negative cards and they got positive cards. We got to do away with that childlike thinking. Okay, that's not how tarot works. I'm sure you two have a history. This isn't random. You don't feel good, you're unhappy, but you won't let it show. Somebody else is positive and in love with you, and they know this. They're very commanding of it. They say, I don't take back anything that I feel. In fact, they take a lot of ownership in how they feel. They say they're experienced with this. And they say it is a form of empowerment to claim their feelings without apology. Okay? Very commanding. It's very, this is me. And then I have Seven of Cups, King of Pentacles, Seven of Swords. So that's individuation. From a practical point of view, as the King of Pentacles, you feel the recesses of your heart in some way that would like to be open, but Seven of Swords, we haven't chosen it. This person's available from an emotional perspective as being available to you, but we haven't chosen it. you're like, there's nothing to choose. It's not within my realm of possibilities. It's not within my wheelhouse, as someone might say, you know. It is. But it is, though. It's almost like you're being coy. It's like, that's not my choice. That's not available to me. But it is. I know you want to do what's right by you. You have the resources. You got a good head on your shoulders. I know you do. But it's almost like you're ignoring this potential. Like it's not yours to claim. The King, Queen of Pentacles are very claiming in nature. It's like you're saying that person's energy not for me to claim, so I can't entertain a decision. I can't entertain the option. So there. And once more, all I can do is show you what's available to you. It's quite beautiful. It's a beautiful heart. It's on suspension, the Hanged Man. So whatever it is that you might be telling yourself about the choices you do and do not have, the fact of the matter is this connection remains suspended because it's still actually a choice. I can only show you what's within the realm of possibility. In other words, it's still an option even though we're acting like it's not. Hanged Man. Non-active state. I'm sorry that your heart hurts. But I don't quite understand this. Well, it's not an option, so. But we know this isn't true, Seven of Swords. I just know that they love you. And they say so of their own free will and independence. This person kind of has that kind of proud energy, but it's a pride that comes from the heart, though. They're very proud of how they feel. Like, they're not afraid to claim feelings, which is amazing. I typically don't see that too often. Most people go out of their way to hide their feelings. This person's like, no, this is me. I don't take it back. I am who I am, you know? So once more, it's not about a right or wrong, but you seem to be convinced, at least this time, it's not an option that you can choose. Whatever this is currently suspended. Okay. In other words, it's not going anywhere. I know. There's someone here who bears the rose. Feminine energy, soft, open, receptive, the willingness to love. And to be open to love. Number 29. Reddish hair for some of you. But very romantic in nature. Someone who has a great deal of thought, emotional and or mental expression. Contemplative. Thinks about you a great deal. A reader, big reader, book. That just jumped out. Not necessarily romantic literature, but someone who's a reader. Thoughtful reader. Number 29. Here's the message. Number 7. Perhaps one day. A message. You to them, they to you. There's also the phone in this image, even though it might be hard to see it. But the emphasis here is on communication. The kind that has a little bit more depth to it than, say, perhaps a text message. Rolling the dice. Ah, there it is. Rolling the dice. Number 39. Do I take a chance? Do I reach out? They to you, you to them. I do not know. Is it fair? Adjudication. Number 30. 18. Child. That sense of vulnerability. That sense of vulnerability, is it fair? Is it the right thing to do? Only you can decide that. I just see the contemplation of it. Roll the dice, babe. What else is there to do, really? That's me, though. I am like that. I am that hopeless romantic. Sometimes cynical and jaded as I might be, and I can be. I know. I'm aware of me. But I'm also romantic at heart. I would say roll the dice. But that's me. Don't Stop Believin' is a hit song for the ages for a reason. Giving anything to roll the dice just one more time. That's the romantic talking, you know. Okay. We have the snowflake, time of winter, snowflake, cold, Scorpio energy as well. The great white shark is reversed, also Scorpio energy, but it's non-pursued. I know it's in hanged man state. We also have the goldfish, sign of Pisces. Heavy water here today. Feelings and the smoothness of them, claiming them, emotional fluidity. Let's get a couple more. I need some letters. I would like some letters, please. We have the letter Q, or is that O? No, that's a Q. Still. Crab. And the Medallion of Cancer. All water. Almost all water. Goodness me. Goodness me. If you have Cancer in your chart, I want you to listen to that. Or, oh. The message. Taking a roll of the dice of a message. 7. Cancerian energy. 7. Oh. Some of you Cancer season, which is right around the corner from where we are. I mean, literally right around the corner. In tarot time, a couple weeks is nothing. But yeah, Cancer season for some of you. And then we have the busy bee in reverse. Taking time to stop whatever it is we're doing and make time for this. Make the space for it. Okay. Okay. Just a cue. Oh, I tried. All right, honey. I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Sag, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Show me Sag in their person, please. Show me Sag. Show me Sagittarius in their person. Show me Sag in their person. What's going on, please? Okay. Like always, we're going to start with your side of the board, but as I explained in the intro, reverse those energies as you see fit. What's going on, please? Ten of Swords, 4 of Pentacles, Ace of Wands. Okay, we'll get to that. 8 of Pentacles, King of Swords, Death, I see. Okay, okay, okay. The Empress, the 5 of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands, all right. 3 Cups. Overview. There are endings here. There's no denying that. 10 of Swords, Death. 5 of Pentacles doesn't necessarily guarantee an ending, but it suggests something severely broken. Okay. 3 Cups is an overview. You're telling me that you are still interested in some way in connecting to something or someone. But you know what? It's actually not with this person. It's something else. Someone else. It's a feeling, I believe, that hovers around you, but not enough to do anything with it yet. I think it's a matter of time. And I can see why you feel inspired to open up. So 10 of Swords, 4 of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands. There is an ending here, and it hurts. It hurts. You hold on to it a little bit. I think you're struggling to part ways with what looks like an inevitable ending. It is here, and it is inevitable. I don't know quite where you are in the process of it, but the more you separate from it, literally the better you feel. And then I see what is potentially a brand new beginning for you, Ace of Wands, and that is what's generating this 3 of Cups activity, that sense of hope. Hope is such a powerful thing. And recognizing that something's over mentally, emotionally, spiritually. It's we're in the 3D. Here I'm saying it's a little bit of everywhere, but it's not fully complete. You, in sensing the nearness of that completeness, your energy has already begun to kind of shift. Okay, it's just not right away. You're showing me that kind of remarkable human spirit that knowing something is over, accepting it, digesting it, cleansing it, feeling it, accepting it, accepting it. That beautiful human thing. But there might still be more for me out there somewhere. It's not over yet. And you're right, it's not. That's what that 3 of Cups, I believe, is drawing from, because there's no way in hell this is going to continue to connect. Somebody connected to you is done. Particularly putting in work. Okay. I don't know who this is to you. I'm not clarifying. All I can say is that 8 of Pentacles, King of Swords, Death. This person's point of view is that their job here is done. So if you are connected to someone who makes a relationship, or it might be work, absolutely, feel like the job is done, then indeed believe them. believe them. If someone says, I cannot put any more work into this, and I know this, King of Swords, I'm determined to stop all activity between us or what we're trying to build or work, believe them. Because Eight of Pentacles, that's the 3D, that's the legit, that's the real deal stuff. Okay. So if someone is that focused on suspending, ending, being done with all activity, active constructive efforts that are profitable and bountiful for two people or more in terms of job, then so be it. Believe them. I see you struggling to accept this, but the more you continuously and consciously let it go, particularly accepting that ending, the more you open up into hope, which is beautiful. Now over here, the Empress, Five of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands, like I said, the more you break from this and you understand it hurts, the more you accept it, that this must be abandoned. Your energy is doing that thing that I see people do who know that this is likely correct. It starts to rise. Hope and anticipation of other things. That sense of freedom, particularly as it relates to your Sagittarian energy. It's a very Sag thing. I'm not saying you don't go through pain and difficult nights like everyone else. Of course you do. What I'm saying is, so long as you can feel hope, indeed there is. So no, this is concluding. It needs to conclude. But that has not broken your particular spirit from wanting more for yourself. I know you feel like an empress that's disconnected from this, and in a way you are. But you are indeed still an empress here. You still want more for yourself. And I see you, and I see you sensing and reaching outwards to obtain that in due course. Okay? Most likely when you're in a better position to completely let this go and exit your life. Okay? No, I do not see you wanting to take another crack at this or to keep it together. On the contrary. You might feel like that way at first. I have the energy to put more into this. But again, given the, no, I'm done, I think I'm seeing you accept the inevitable and redirecting your energy and focus outside of this inevitable ending. Okay. I believe that's what I'm seeing here today. Okay. Yeah, you have the key to your own particular cage here. The freedom is yours. You know, some people are terrified to open their own cage, to have the key, to be the master of their own domain, to be their own warden, if you will. Other people rejoice at their freedom. Okay, there's a beautiful rose back in that cage. It's sweet freedom from that gilded cage. That's what I'm saying. There's that sense of release in here. And that's why I see your energy rising to greet your own sense of freedom, hope. Number 33. The official person, number 22. Sense of empowerment here. The declaration of news, non-negotiable action, rank, authority, you name it. Okay? From the official person. The Lovers. Yeah, I know. That's why I see your energy rising, because you sense there's something else out there. I think you're correct. As I say, the hope is attached to you. It's quite high. You will feel low, but you won't feel low for long. 15, the Lovers. I see you standing into a connection that's correct for you. There's the expectation. There's that feeling. That expectation here being positive. Again, that sense of hope. There is that sense there. After the freedom. To fulfill your own sense of expectations. Arriving dressed to the nines, as one might say. Okay. The Book of Wisdom. You know better, right? Number 26. The Book of Wisdom. Okay. You are knowledgeable. You're wise. You know. In other words, you know. Okay. We have the letter L, the infinity loop, that sense of soulmate and or soul bond. The thing about the infinity loop is that it's actually a healthy feedback system because it suggests harmonized duality. In other words, it appropriately feeds back on itself. In other words, a healthy connection. Cat, intuition. Listen to your intuition. Okay. So, Jenny, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Aries, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Show me Aries in their person. Show me Aries in their person. What's going on, please? Show me Aries. Show me Aries, please. Right, like always, we're going to start with your side of the board, but as I explain in the intro, reverse those energies as you see fit. What's going on, please? The Magician. Nine of Wands. The Chariot. Okay. Justice. Seven of Wands. The Ace of Wands. Resistance on both sides. Eight of Wands. The Wheel of Fortune. The Devil. Temperance, healing. It's funny because as far as I can tell, you both want the same thing and you're both rejecting it simultaneously, at least for now. The idea is that there's still a bad feeling here in terms of the energetic influence. Let me back up. The Magician, Nine of Wands, the Chariot, them, Justice, Seven of Wands, Ace of Wands. Let me make this clear. As far as I can tell, you two actually both want the same thing. You want each other, but bare minimum, you both kind of have a sense of karmic justice attached to you in terms of balancing the scales. You want that too. You want to move forward. They want another shot, Ace of Wands. But you're both showing me blockage right there. And it's right there on the midline, 9, 7, and then the Wheel of Fortune. In order for these bigger components that are attached to both of you to take effect, time needs to shift more before effective communication can take place. Because as far as I can tell, even though you both carry two cards worth of positivity that are actually quite powerful, you're both equally blocking the same drive, momentum, and goal. You want this. They do too. And both of you are like, no. Blocked. You block me, I'll block you. And yet you're like, I want this and I want to move forward. But I feel like I'm getting in my own way. Samesies. They want justification. They want another shot at that positive energy, Ace of Wands. We want to correct the scales here. Blocksies. So you actually, with the Wheel of Fortune here, both have the opportunity to override that sense of, you block me, I block you. Even though, again, once more, ironically, you both literally want the same thing. You want the justification of your energies to match up again, to connect again, to have rhyme and reason to. But neither one of you is bending the knee or waving the white flag. Okay? This is where I'm going to get a lot of kickback from folks. Well, it's their responsibility. It's their responsibility. Their responsibility. I'm waiting. Okay, no. Whoever does it tends to be the bigger person. Okay. This is going to be one of those situations, guys, where you can either, because fire, you must remember, is still pride, passion, intensity, anger, heat, all that, but also pride. Okay. So what I'm seeing here, two people who literally want the same thing and you're both rejecting and denying it simultaneously, at least in your emotional energies, most likely your spiritual energies as well, which is exactly, devil here, what needs to be cleared up. If we want effective communication, temperance, we still have healing to do, the both of you, on your own respective times and or agendas and schedules. And when someone has accumulated enough healing and they understand that it is correct for them, either you or the person who's connected to you, they're the ones who are going to be the bigger person. Which isn't a challenge, it just is. Temperance suggests there's healing here on both sides. Both sides of that particular fence. And then after healing, with some measure of self, I say I want this, I feel like maybe they do too. If that's still correct for me, then I or somebody needs to be the bigger person. Because right now you two are par for course on that stubbornness. Like I said, if you block me, I'll block you. And yet look at the conviction of your own emotional spirits and mental selves. And yeah, no. Eight of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, the Devil. If that sense of communication and stubbornness does not shift or change. Therefore, healing didn't take effect. It will still come out as a devilish thing. In other words, wrong. Wrong. You know, communication will always be something you fear from that person and they from you, so long as we as individuals continuously do not work on ourselves. And that's the situation that this is applying to, not a penny more. So it's either your situation or it's not. Okay? Because it will result in the same. Whatever caused this problem is going to result in the same if it remains unhealed over time. So again, the person who does the most work typically is the bigger person. Or the person who has the most to prove, and they need to learn that the hard way, then it's usually on them. You know, point is, you got to start somewhere. And you two may not. The way you two are going at it, you loggerheads. Oh my gosh, you're locking horns here. And yet you both want the same darn thing. You do. It's like, well, I would love to move forward positively in their direction, but darn asshole. They have similar energy towards you, honey. Okay, but I have to admit, the person here who has the most to heal, own, live up to, or prove themselves, like I said, that's probably the person who needs to be the big person, but that's assuming we've done the healing, okay? All right. And whomever that is the main man, the main guy, number one. As I say, I wonder who his responsibility is. So whoever is identified as the main guy, I have to admit that was lightly running through my mind, and then I got an answer. So the main man, whoever the main man is, okay? Yeah, there's that stubborn, it's like, yeah, well, par for course, honey, par for course. You locking horns with them, though. Okay, there it is, there it is. Someone here is bending the knee, if you will, raising the white flag. Someone's choosing to be the bigger person. Now, this one is not just any message, it's the message. This is number 27. It's the long letter. So something, in other words, that has deeper context and or meaning. Okay, number 27 for some of you, the main man. Number 27, the long, thoughtful letter of thoughts. So it's looking like someone has been healing up. Okay, good. I was about to say, there's literally no point. Thank you, Spirit. I appreciate that. I was about to say, there's no point. This guy. Now, you can either represent this as harvest, as being abundant, the time of fall, and then also death. I was about to say, there's literally no point unless one person has had enough insight to understand that they need to change up their communication, insights, and reflection. Otherwise, there's literally no point, you know. It just goes back to old toxic communication patterns and outstanding issues. Okay? I think that about covers it, guys. That was number 10, by the way. Yeah, see, because I told you, you both want the same darn thing. The swans, yes? Mutual love. And it's mutual. It's very dual. You two reflect on each other in terms of what you're both experiencing is more or less the same at the heart of it, literally. Number 24, the swans. So they share the heart space between them. Yeah, I mean, you two y'all's both stubborn. I get it, though. I do. I get it. I'm not going to say I don't get it. You might both have a fair amount of Aries in your chart. Which we're not laughing at you. It's just the bluntness of the both of you. And what could be remedied, but I bet neither one of you sees it that way. Well, so-and-so's fault, or it's their responsibility, or the ball's in their court. Like I said, the person who has to step into healing the most to repair their words or the damage that was caused, the person who had the least amount of insight or spoke up the least, that's typically the one that has the most work to do. Okay? All right. But if they're stubborn about it, or you're stubborn about it, and someone is a hesitant receptor, pride gets in the way, that kind of thing. But yeah, no, and like I said, with most things like this, they can be overturned by doing the opposite of what was done. There you go. The letter A, we have the medallion of Virgo, practical, but the key word here being practical. Someone might just have that very practical nature that's hard for them to open up at the emotional level. Here we have the rabbit from Alice in Wonderland. No time to say hello, goodbye. I'm late. Someone's always busy, but that's not the point. You make the time for when things are important. Grapes, someone enjoys their finer quality foods. their indulgences. Perhaps we just enjoy grapes or snacks or the wine. The wilted tulip, the sign of the lovers that have gone a little off. The romance has not been fed well. The flower droops, but it can still be brought back to life. The octopus, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, that kind of emotional tentacle grip of emotions that refuse to kind of budge or let go. And we have the big star. The big star here, you know. It's a desire that's held between you two equally, very much so. And the little spatula. Someone enjoys the cooking. Perhaps you're cooking right now. Perhaps that is your profession or your hobby. But someone here does enjoy their food. Okay. All right, Aries, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Aquarius, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Just a FYI, your Celtic Cross reading was quite the doozy. I had no idea how much until I started reading yours. So I had a sneaking suspicion, and if you watch your message, you'll see why. But still, yours was quite the doozy. And that's all I'm going to say about that. What's going on, please? Show me Aquarius in their person. Show me Aquarius in their person. Show me Aquarius in their person, please. Okay, like always, we're going to start with your side of the board, but as I explained in the intro, reverse those energies as you see fit. What's going on? King of Swords, that is you. Ten of Swords, oh my goodness, Three of Cups. Yeah, okay. Four of Wands, Judgment, the Queen of Cups. Oh, yes. Interesting. Three of Wands, the Magician, the Knight of Cups. Yeah. Queen of Wands. Yeah. That's you. King of Swords, Ten of Swords. I see you contemplating a potential ending here. You're not so convinced that it's entirely over. You want to know if you can do something with it, do something about it, bring it together in some way. Three of Cups isn't terribly expressive. The idea is I would like to generate some activity with somebody, despite whatever obstacles there may be. Ten of Swords. And you know this. You see it. You see it in your mind's eye. You've reflected upon this. You even might have some determination to follow through with this. Okay. And the Queen of Wands here, I feel like you have such a strong inclination in this particular direction. It's coming across in the form of inspiration, possibly attraction, but something that compels you. There's something in your energy now that even though you're typically a King of Swords, okay, who is your king? It says, I know these things. I know I'm probably going up against the odds here, but it's kind of like you're telling me an Aquarius has got to do what an Aquarius has got to do. And that's very you. There is a Ten of Swords here between your sense of self, action, and understanding what happened to, and yet I would still do something about it. Three of Cups, so that's actually admirable because you understand this. Your opening is a source of beauty, passion, inspiration. So this is either a feeling that's being evoked from you or you yourself are feeling this. Okay. In terms of your level of attraction, you feel inspired in some way. The inspiration, it hits you in a way that suggests I could be open to this, which again is not a mark against you. It just, again, it kind of shows the strength of your conviction and will that whatever owie there is here at the Ten of Swords, you're like, and I can overcome that. You legitimately feel this, okay? Four of Wands, Judgment, the Queen of Cups. With some consideration of judgment on this person's part and what constitutes whatever your two's relationship was prior to this, they said that they could meet you with an open heart. Judgment's literally at the middle of the reading here. So when it's attached to them. And it's in that sense of reflection of your two's relationship, Four of Wands, whatever that is. It's not necessarily marriage. It's literally how two people define it. No two relationships tend to be the same. They shouldn't be. They're two different people building it. So upon reflection of this person's relationship with you, I see them contemplating it and being receptive. With the Queen of Cups, they're showing you a heart space. Okay. A softness. Three of Wands, the Magician, the Knight of Cups. You have a feeling, it's kind of cheeky, but it's also something I would absolutely associate with you. Yeah, I would absolutely associate this with Aquarius because it's one of your superpowers is bigger picture, creativity, and maneuvering around things in your own way, mentally, emotionally, whatever it is. You can have that in your spirit, and that's why I tend to believe you when you say I could do it, because you typically can. If you can see it in your mind's eye, if an Aquarius wants to, you'll pull it into reality. And the Three of Wands, the Magician, Knight of Cups, that's super, super simple. With a little bit of waiting, which it seems like the majority or the bulk of the so-called waiting is done. Again, don't wait unless you have something to wait for, and it seems that you do. The Magician, the Knight of Cups, you're saying, I will know when to open up and express myself to this. Okay, in the interest, once more, of that Three of Cups. And I do see them softening towards you considerably because it's coming from the heart. So whomever this is, whomever we had some sort of discord with the Ten of Swords, what you feel and what you're being inspired to do seems to be on point. And they're responding positively, but the word I keep getting is soft. It's a soft reception towards you. And I can only think it's because of that Knight of Cups cracked open a case for vulnerability here. Because the Knight of Cups, ultimately, at the end of the day, all the Knights are responsible for delivering our stuff outside of ourselves, right? But the Knight of Cups is the only Knight that's really assigned with vulnerability. It's not just romanticism, which is there, and emotional expression. It's vulnerability to say those things. That's his biggest marker. That's what really differentiates him from all the other Knights. Somebody could be taking action with the sword. Somebody could be being slow and methodical with the pentacle. And someone could be hot and fiery and fast with that wand. But it's the cupbearer that says, I'm the only one who has real nerve to say these things. And I can only think that that's what's lending to this person's softness towards you, receptivity. So if you indeed have that Three of Cups in mind, and you feel so inspired, and you know it's what you want to do, because you would still have hope for this, I see you connecting with that manifestation. And it's one of the few times I actually see people being successful with a manifestation because they know they meant it. They can feel it. And thus took action towards it. So I'm actually seeing yours coming through as being successful. Congratulations. I wish more people manifested at that level of simple acknowledgement. And this is my truth as I best understand it. All I can really do is try. Let's do it, universe. That kind of thing. And you made it happen. You are making it happen. It looks lovely. What happens after that, I don't know. But if your only hope was the Three of Cups, I see them connecting with you in that space. I do. Okay? I'm not here to waste your time or blow smoke up your ass. Okay? I want you to have what you want. And what you want is incredibly straight. The rest is between you two. The conversations, what's learned, lessons, all that stuff, that's later. So if this was your most immediate upfront goal and you wanted nothing else, good job. It was done so with a sound mind and a good heart. Okay? Yeah, I was ready to say that time of waiting is closing. Okay? The bulk of it's already happened. The pathway's in reverse. We don't have much longer to walk on that particular path. And also 35. Okay? Spyglass 44, looking deeply into our occupation, and rather our preoccupation, and what does it mean? For some of you, we know this person associated with work, or we're able to view their labors. Something like that. It's very specific. We've learned a lot from our endeavors and occupation, or we have learned a lot observing theirs. Something like this. It's informed us, looking for clues. Synchronicities. 44 and 34. Imprisonment, wanting to get out of that sense of feeling that there's nothing I can do. It's not true, otherwise you wouldn't have been looking for clues. This is where I'm seeing that Ten of Swords, that sense of helplessness, but yet there's still hope because you can see past the bars. Yeah, no, you saw past the bars. You saw something here. With 44 at the spyglass, it made you think, no, I can't be released from this. Number 29. Okay. And 38, toil and labor. You both work very hard. Yeah, it's one of the things you two learn from each other, no doubt. You admire, the both of you admire in your own way each other and how you work and how hard you work. And that you put the best of yourselves in everything that you do. Oh my, so many letters. This is hilarious what it unintendedly spells, but it's hilarious. Duh. D-U-H. Oh, stop it. I don't even know. Duh. Duh. Is that somebody's common catchphrase and expression? We say it like 100 times a day, something like that. Duh. Yeah, duh. D-U-H. The medallion of Virgo. Okay, that can also be interpreted as a pathway of healing between you and this person. Gecko, Aries, Leo, Sag. Then also just confirmation for some of you. Gecko might be an outstanding concept. Perhaps you'll see a gecko before or around this message. You know, confirmation. Feather, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but also the lightness of thought, lightness of touch. No expectation, just wondering if the idea will come through. And for some of you, silver lining, the cloud. The silver lining, cloudy day, perhaps rainy day, a day of influence. I don't know. Perhaps you like moody weather. Somebody might. All right, Aquarius, honey, I hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Gemini, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? FYI, your Celtic cross reading, like Aquarius, it was extensive. Intense, but I do believe, and in fact, I can see where many of you won't like it. And I made that known in your Celtic cross. So there was, I'm going to be completely honest with you, I think around, I distinctly remember at the 27-minute mark, I think I even said something like, I'm going to let this one go. But I didn't. I hung in there. I saw one redeeming quality that kind of made the reading worth it. You may not see it that way. I understand. In that case, you know, like always, check your other placements. All right? What's going on, please? What's going on, please? Show me Gemini. Show me Gemini and their person. Show me Gemini and their person. Show me Gemini and their person, please. What's going on? We're going to start with your side of the board, but like I explained in the intro, reverse those energies as you see fit. What's going on, please? Ace of Swords, the Page of Swords, the Hanged Man. Well, you have amplified knowledge, so that's good. That is good. It's not enough to know very little. We're trying to maximize our truth. But until we understand what that truth is, everything's in suspension. In other words, you're not acting on your truth. You're still working your way into the truth and what that means. Okay, so that's good. We don't like being the Page of Swords. You're right. Once we understand that we are, we can go out of our way to learn more and therefore do more. But the do part's not available yet. That's in Hanged Man. You're still learning, in other words. Nine of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, the Six of Pentacles. Okay, I have someone here who claims independence, possibly maybe a wealthy status, but bare minimum someone who is comfortable and claims the practicalities on the day-to-day. Not much about them seems to have changed as you understand it. With the Wheel of Fortune, this person still seems to be who they are as they are, the way they are, and still maintaining a particular balance, but you could be included in that. Okay? Shared, the Moon, the Devil, yeah, the Three of Wands, oh boy. Seven of Pentacles, growing. You know, somebody here is really trying to understand the stuff that they've kept hidden. I believe that's you. That's not a fault. That's not a designation of fault, so please don't take it as one. Again, real tarot is real life. We do the real stuff around here, okay? So it's actually a good thing. I mean, it's not a coincidence that you were showing me I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to learn, but I'm not prepared to do anything with that knowledge. I want to be, but that's the whole point of learning, right? Is that one day we know what to do with our accumulated knowledge. That's all you're showing me. But where it's coming from is from a deep place. In the Moon, and that's no easy task for people who are not comfortable with it to begin with. Never mind, there's a devil in there. So there's a devil that is deeply hidden, or has been for you, from you for a while with the Moon, and you are actually going out of your way to get acquainted with it. Good job. You know, you'd be surprised how many people would be like, oh, I have no secrets. Five of Swords. Oh, I don't lean away from anything. I confront everything. Seven of Swords. You know, I don't have any really deeply poor patterns attached to me at all. Devil under your moon. So there's something here that I believe you, it's very singular energy, says, until I understand what the hell this is, I will wait. So your waiting here is not useless because you are in a learning phase. It's a big one. I mean, all activity around this situation has halted, more so at the spiritual level for you than anything else. And I completely agree with this. I can 1,000% agree. There's something in here about yourself you need to learn, and you want to. Again, to your full credit, you're taking responsibility for that knowledge, and it's growing on you, and you are making progress. So I don't want you to be discouraged by that Seven of Pentacles. Here I'm actually seeing it as a pro instead of a con, because you could have just as easily been like, nah, there's nothing about me I need to learn. I'm cool. And then that's it. That would be where that energy for you stopped and started and stopped. That's it. I have nothing about me I need to reflect on. I don't need to change or evolve. I'm good. You could have showed me that, but you didn't. You're showing me you're going to do this the hard way, but it's also like, I need to. So good for you. I think your observation of this person is correct. In that respect, they still seem to be who they are, the way they are. Nothing about them has changed. Wheel of Fortune, they still seem to be a Nine of Pentacles. Someone who is, like I said, independent, capable, possibly wealthy, but bare minimum comfortable, perhaps a bit prideful, you know. But Six of Pentacles is in the end. With time having passed, there is the potential here to balance with this person, whatever that may be. I just know that it's showing up as a possibility, otherwise it wouldn't be there in the 3D. Okay? So, what you know about yourself, what you're learning about yourself, about this person, connected to them, why are you going down this road at all? Because that's a hard road. I'm not going to lie to you, but again, congratulations for adopting it. Getting acquainted with your patterns. What does that mean? How does that affect you? Is this person part of that pattern? Are they exempt from the pattern? Are they the exception? Are they the rule? Who is this to you? Because you do seem to be isolating them in terms of reflection and as a point of reference for why you're doing this work at all. And there's something here with a deeply misunderstood or miscalculated pattern, okay, that's been under your moon, so not comfortable for you. And you look at this person as possibly being a knowledge prompter, but more to the point, they got me thinking about this. And you want to know if they're part of that pattern or are they the exception? I'm going to give you a little hint on that one. The person who got you thinking about it is going to be the exception, not the rule. If it was part of your pattern, you wouldn't have addressed it. I hope that helps you. Yeah, keep going. You got work to do, but it's good. Good. It's very good. I like how you are adopting something I say to people all the time: don't move until you see it. Okay? That's classic advice in chess. Do not move until you see it. You have something that you are trying to develop a sight for. And then once you have a sight for it, you'll know how to move. Okay? Okay. What's going on here, please, for Gemini? There's a part of a pattern, honey, you wouldn't see it. I don't know who that is to you. You just seem to have a very solid imprint of who they are, and that time has passed, and they still seem to be that person. Great fortune. Yeah, I would say I don't know. Number 26, by the way. I don't know that this person's wealthy. I do feel that they are comfortable. They have a sense of status, if nothing else. So here we have the goddess. Oh, gosh, I don't remember. Pouring out the wealth. So here we have someone who is associated with things flow around them. And it could be in the monetary world, resourceful, connected to everybody. But they, like I said, bare minimum, they seem to be very comfortable. And they have a certain status. It is attached. I'm not saying that you're not successful in your own way. It's just for some reason it's a prominent feature on this person. So I don't. They look comfortable. They look like they glow. They look like they make things happen. I got it. I got it. See, they're honestly not that too dissimilar. Okay? This one is allowing the pentacles to flow from her jar, and this person is luxuriating in the pentacles she created. Okay? That's all I have. All right? For that person, I believe 26. The sun, the happiness. 31. Sense of happiness, achievement, success. Bad health. Bad health. 24. The dual swans. Mutual love here, but someone's ailing. Now, I don't mean it doesn't have to necessarily, again, these are oracle cards. They need to be taken with some grains of salt, metaphor, interpretation. And bad health here is like one of you feels sick inside in the heart. Okay? All right. Mutual love, it seems. But somebody feels sick in their heart. All right. Number 24 and 31. Or we feel sick thinking about this person. Yeah, that's how you know that they're the exception, not the rule. It's, if they were the rule, you know, you'd have no reason to do any of this. Our most rewarding connections are the ones that make us think about ourselves the most. We have the Medallion of Scorpio, the key word here being passionate. G, J, and Y. G, J, Y. Okay. Yeah, okay. Gemini, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. You'll figure it out. Be well. Libra, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Show me Libra, please. Show me Libra and their person. What's going on, please? Show me Libra and their person. What's going on? Show me Libra, please. Show me Libra. Like always, we're going to start with your side of the board, but as I explained in the intro, reverse those energies as you see fit. What's going on? The Eight of Swords. You're saying, I don't know, actually. Three of Pentacles, Ten of Wands. Okay. Okay. What's up? What's up, honey bunch? Ace of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, the Three of Wands. Shared, Two of Swords, Nine of Cups. I was already say I don't feel like you two have the shared interests like you used to. Seven of Swords. You know this. You know this, but you don't want to address it. Again, it's not an accusation. Don't take it as one. I read the cards. I read what's here, not what isn't. I'm not saying you don't have a story, rhyme, or reason. I'm telling you on face value, what I'm saying today is that you know something's not working, but we don't want to admit it. Seven of Swords. Already we're leaning away from a difficult subject. Eight of Swords. That's just more blindness. Okay. Three of Pentacles, the basic construct of cooperation, friendship, collaboration. Let's agree to get along, please. Ten of Wands, we find it very difficult. We find it very difficult because we don't want to admit to ourselves that this isn't working. And it's really basic, guys. We shouldn't have to force the Three of Pentacles. It should come together. That's the whole point of the Three of Pentacles. Let's you and I cooperate. Let's work it out. Let's talk it out. Let's build something and see if we're compatible. You take it there and you see how it goes. So this could apply to work. This could apply to family, friendships, and romantic partners. And you're like, something here is not working out, but I don't want to see it. The Seven and Eight of Swords. And the more you act like you don't want to see it, the more you get a Ten of Wands. So that Ten of Wands is entirely preventable. It's not working. Allow yourself to see it, and then the struggle will stop. I tell people all the time, you get to choose your level of participation. The whole point of the Three of Pentacles is that it should be easy in theory. It's not a lot. I give a little, you get a little. We see what we have in common. That's it. So struggling to quote-unquote keep it together, and we're not allowing ourselves to see how much of a struggle that is, just indeed increases our sense of struggle with the Ten of Wands. I have someone else around you that actually, they don't want to be there. They seem to have moved or shifted their 3D weight in another direction, but it's kind of like when the timing's right. I don't know when the timing's right for this person, but they have an idea of it. Ace of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, Three of Wands. I feel this person is detaching and they want a new opportunity, either in work, but if it's earth energy, the Ace of Pentacles could be anything. I wouldn't know, I have to clarify. But they're saying they're pointed outwards, at least energetically. They haven't moved, but it's like their energy is gaining towards movement elsewhere. But not yet. Three of Wands. Ace of Pentacles, it's fairly consistent. I want to shift the best of my offer in that direction. Just not right away. Three of Wands. I feel like they're taking their exit, or they intend an exit. I don't know. It doesn't look malicious, but I'm also not clarifying. All I have from you is that this isn't working, but I don't want to see that. And then the shared here, Two of Swords, again, more blindness. Nine of Cups, Knight of Wands. Someone here is confused. Why am I not happy? Why don't I have energy for this? Why am I not fulfilled by this? I don't want to see it. You yourself are not personally fulfilled by this connection, but I see your darndest to not act like you're breaking a sweat just to keep a Three of Pentacles together. Ask yourself, do you want this? If it's such a struggle to connect with it and to keep it to stay, is this something you really want? Because the Two of Swords, Nine of Cups, Knight of Wands suggests perhaps you don't, but you're refusing to see that. As I tell people all the time, if somebody wants to go, let them go. Because I'm not even convinced at this point that you emotionally want this, but you don't see that. It's kind of like you're saying, but I'm supposed to. Says who? Says who you're still supposed to want this. If you really wanted this, I wouldn't see any confusion about how you feel about it, particularly as it relates to your own sense of self-worth and your own sense of passion. You're saying you can't see it, like you can't see how this isn't working, but maybe it is. No, you would know. You would know. And you wouldn't have to question your own sense of happiness, drive, and purpose around it either. You would just know. It would feel right. You wouldn't have to force the conversation. You wouldn't have to force the building efforts, and then you wouldn't have to ignore the negative results either. It would just be in your life functioning in some way that suggests this is pretty good. I don't want to see you do this any more than you have to. Okay? Ask yourself, are you actually happy with the situation, or is it just hard for you to admit that this isn't working? Because this person, all I can see is that their intention seems to be to move the best of themselves out of this. Just not right away. Three of Wands. Do you sense that in some way? So you deny it, and you're like, no, I just put more into this. Is that what I'm saying here? Know what's worth your time, energy, and effort. If you can't even find love for yourself in this, then ask yourself, what's your motivation to keep this around? Okay? Passion, energy, optimism, hope, any of that, all of it. The privileged lady, for some of you. You feel like this is the privileged lady that you have to cater to, stick around for, or that you yourself feel like you have a certain reputation that suggests I should be able to handle this, manage this, or that you're used to being accommodated or working things out or fixing it kind of like on your side of the fence, or you kind of expect it to. There's a sense of expectation with the privileged lady because she's privileged. So there's this idea if it's not functioning and I can't admit this to myself, especially if you're used to things functioning to the way that you see them or expect them. Okay, so let's keep that in mind. All right, as number 12, there's that sense of this is what I'm used to and it's not happening. So ask yourself if what you're used to is something you even want. Okay, let's keep that in mind. And there's a concern here. There's an older energy here. Concern. A concern. You see the difference here? There's a concern here with number 33. Number 29. The moon. Oh, I didn't even see this. The moon. 29, the available female, romantic. Somebody pulled this earlier, I don't remember who. I want to say it was Leo. Under the moon, someone has a sense of beginning love, romantic love, earned love, the one who bears the rose. It's not really acknowledged there with the moon. There's a drive here for love, but we keep it hidden. Number 32. Number 29. We have thoughts of this person. I have a feminine energy and a masculine energy here today. They're both present. The one, I feel like that kind of older energy has the creative thoughts here, the expression, the development, the muse, concerns that are real and valid, and then also thoughts elsewhere. A deep thinker on the private time. No, that's enough. This desire of a fresh heart, of fresh love, is deeply under someone's moon. But there's the expectation that is present and upfront. I would have loved to have clarified this one today. 12, 29, 32, 33, and 16. We have the letter I, the medallion of Cancer. Okay, Cancerian season, which is upcoming, might be important. The rabbit once more from Alice in Wonderland. No time to say hello, goodbye. I'm late, I'm late, I'm late. Someone's always busy, on the go, etc. The bat in the upright, trying to hone in, using our particular sense of senses and sonar to find the one, the uniqueness. Trying to understand that. The Pegasus, masculine pride, freedom, sense of flight, fancy to take off, to be in charge of one's destiny. And then Gecko, Aries, Leo, Sag, fire energy. And then also, of course, some of you just might see Gecko on a regular basis. Libra, honey, this one was very curious. Ask yourself if this still makes you happy, or you're just in a space now where you're convinced you have to put something into it to keep it working. It costs you a lot. I'm not even convinced you want this. Okay? Something to think about. I hope it helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Taurus, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Show me Taurus, please. What's going on for Taurus and their person? Show me Taurus and their person. Show me Taurus and their person. Show me Taurus and their person, please. Right. Like always, we're going to start with your side of the board, but as I explained in the intro, reverse those energies as you see fit. What's going on? Show me Taurus, please. The Knight of Cups, the Two of Wands, the Four of Pentacles, okay. The Queen of Swords, Six of Pentacles, and the Emperor. Oh. It's not there's anything bad with it, it just... I can see where you feel prohibited. Two of Swords, Ten of Cups, yeah, Judgment, yeah. You need to ask yourself why that is. Four of Wands in your opening here suggests some sort of relationship. Once more, point out to people, it does not necessarily have to be marriage. The Four of Wands relationship literally is defined by two people, and no two relationships ever look the same, nor should they. It's how you two built it. So, bare minimum, we have the recognition here of a relationship where you stand up and build something with someone else. Here's the thing. You're showing me Knight of Cups, and that's the softness, that's the sweetness, that's the vulnerability, emotional expression, how your heart space would flow. Two of Wands, Four of Pentacles. It doesn't want to particularly flow in that direction. It doesn't feel soft, sweet, or vulnerable. In fact, it feels kind of prohibited, okay? Like you can't open up. And it looks like a trust thing for you. It does. Because the Four of Pentacles is here, and for you, that's kind of a strategic thing in this position. I don't feel like you feel inspired to open your heart space to this, to be vulnerable with it, to be soft, to be expressive or romantic, however it is you want to put it. Any of those things, all of those things. So again, the Knight's once more, they're responsible for moving our stuff outside of us. He has the designation of emotionality, therefore vulnerability. And Two of Wands, you're aware of it. You're aware of it. This is a conscious thing that's in your mind and in your heart. How come I don't feel inspired to open up my heart space in this particular direction? That's something I see you working through. You want to understand it. You're not unaware of it, so that's good. That's good. I want you to kind of ask yourself why you don't feel like you can be emotionally expressive to this person. Let's talk about that. The Queen of Swords, Six of Pentacles, the Emperor. Again, there's nothing inherently wrong with that, but it's not exactly soft or inspiring. It does feel more something that I would see in line with somebody who's in character for business, okay, in that respect of decision-making, calculation, business as usual, but it's very firm. And the Queen of Swords and the Emperor, that's a strong combination of firmness and decision-making and standing by our decisions and acting on them and enforcing them, and especially with the Six of Pentacles right there at the heart of the reading. This is day-to-day activity. Everything from work to life functions as we know it. So the life functions that this person agreed to say they take priority. It's the decisions always seem to be around the priorities or the day-to-day. And they stand in their power. They say, I stand by my Six of Pentacles. This is my job. I fulfill my job. I fulfill my role. So again, very oriented in terms of structure, activity, practicality, rational reasoning, logic, firmness, putting my foot down. I have things to do. So that's what, again, we associate heavily with that kind of more work environment, not necessarily a relationship. So it is coming across as it's treated more like a business transaction, and it kind of settled into that role. Now, whether or not they're like that full time, I don't know, but it's coming up strongly as it's the norm for this person. But I could also see why it doesn't exactly inspire you to open up your heart towards them, to be softer, to be vulnerable, to be romantic, this kind of thing. It doesn't seem like it would go to a very open receptor, okay? And I understand that some people fall into that, well, this is day-to-day life and it takes priority, and okay. There's something to be said, though, for stopping and smelling those roses. I don't feel like this person leans into the roses very much. I think you would. I think that's more in line with who you are. You do have a softer side and you would like to express yourself. It's just, this doesn't feel very inspiring. Okay. And there's a question here about what that means. Again, it's non-action on your part. It's contemplative. Between the Two of Wands and seeing this as kind of being an outstanding issue in the greater dynamic, reasonably, this is something I believe you are working through, as you should. And what does that mean? How does it affect you? What does it mean about this connection and your role in it specifically? Let's talk about that. Two of Swords, Ten of Cups, Judgment. So what you presented to me was straightforward. It bums me out, but it's straightforward. There's a straightforward. The relationship's straightforward. The complexity in the greater scheme of things is exactly that. It got a little more complex. Because now you're at that point where you're questioning your role in that Ten of Cups. So the Ten of Cups being comprehensive. This is beyond you or me, but in our overall scheme of things. So the Ten of Cups is the emotional harmony. Think of it as the Ten of Pentacles, but just at the emotional level. The stakeholders in our lives, the people we actually care about. And the idea is that when we turn around and look at them, they're there to support us. So our emotional stakeholders, as I like to put it, family, close friends, this kind of thing. The people we trust. Judgment. That's your thought. Do I trust my role in this? Do I have a place in this Ten of Cups? Because I feel like I should, but how come I don't feel like I'm part of it? Or I'm included at the emotional level? So it's kind of like, if I can't express myself to this and put my heart in it, literally put your heart in it, what does that mean about the greater scheme of things and judgment here? So this is a fairly sizable question. You're not doing anything with it, but you're asking the right questions. Okay. Because there's something larger in there. Again, yours was straightforward. Theirs was straightforward. The context is straightforward. What it means in the greater scheme of things in terms of happiness with everybody, feeling supported by everyone, feeling like you're included, a part of something, that seems to have a greater significance there with judgment. Okay, what does this mean to you? And how do you find yourself in it, or do you find yourself in it at all? Do you indeed feel loved and supported in the greater scheme of things? Things to think about. Without clarification, I can't see further your thoughts or your conclusion. Given the sharpness and the profile of this person, it would lend one to think that they're like that kind of full-time. I'm about the business, getting the job done. This is what I agreed to, and I stand by my sense of contract or fulfillment. I said this is where I give, so this is where I give, and I enforce it. This is where I expect you to give, and I expect that from you. So they have a very strong sense of expectation, role fulfillment, again, sense of duty, that kind of thing. Not the most inspiring for a romantic connection, I grant you. But I can understand, and I see straight away why you feel prohibited. Okay. Like you can't express yourself because it doesn't seem like there's much room unless it's scheduled for you to express yourself. You know? I think you're that Taurus. You're much more likely to stop and smell the roses and appreciate those small moments. And that's part of the Knight of Cups experience as well. Getting to share that with somebody. There's a message here in terms of communication. Number 7. The expression of one's thoughts and ideas and feelings in a kind of comprehensive way. Okay? There might be some incoming messages for some of you, or outgoing. Okay? To the main female for some of you. Okay? You either are the main female, or you expect to communicate with somebody who represents the main female. In this deck, she represents someone who is kind of open to romance, love, beauty, youth, this kind of thing. Okay? This is where I see you wanting to express yourself to an open recipient. Okay. And together we have that 72 or 27. I know, you kind of wish you had someone to express yourself to, I believe. All right. If you haven't expressed that yet, perhaps you should. Okay. I mean, it kind of stands to reason, right? The Book of Wisdom, number 26. Okay. And I know for some of you it sucks. It's like I shouldn't have to open up and ask for that. I know, but that's part of the vulnerability thing. Especially if this person's kind of has that mentality of all business all day. One of the best ways to get them to stop and smell the roses is to indeed ask them. Okay? I know. And if you cannot ask them, there's something to think about. What is my place and theirs too, for that matter. I told you there's a bigger question here, and I can't see it right now. Okay. 33. I feel like this is more like you, the concern. I told you, it's not like you're unaware of it. You are aware of it. All right? The concern. Anything else in here, please? I'd like to see something sharper. Again, that's... Okay, thank you for reinforcing my point. This is the message of the owls, literally known for their sharp wisdom. This seems to be the kind of communication you get, something that's open and expressive and beautiful and soft, romantic and loving in nature, and versus kind of the cold calculation, perfunctory kind of communication that we would associate with the owls. Wisdom, sharp mind, yes, but also get to the point. Again, I know it's not the most warm or inviting, I know. Air energy here for some of you. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius doesn't have to be. We also have a touch of Aries. But that kind of coldness of the communication is really attached to this person. They may not know. I know it seems so stupid, honey. I know it seems so ass backwards, but sometimes you have to point out the obvious in order to get obvious results. And if you have done, if you're that Taurus who's screaming at me, I have, again, I'm going to draw you back to this imperative point right here. What does it mean? Okay. In the greater scheme of things or the context, is this emotional harmony? Yes or no? Can you find your place in it? Do you feel welcome at the emotional level? Not the practical 3D, not that this got to get done, that and the other, blah, blah, blah. I mean, where it counts. Good night. I'll tell you what. I have this on for a reason. It's not like, why won't she take it out? No, I have it on for a reason. But I'll tell you what, this is just me. Or the spam/scam. It's just out of control. It's at an all-time high. I keep reading about the reports on the news, but it really is out of control. I mean, honestly. And sorry, that's neither here nor there. It's like, if I don't know you, and you don't leave a message, you're not real to me. Block. That's it. That's all there is to it. All right, we have 2 dragons here. Yeah, that kind of intimidating, fierce sort of energy that won't back down. You don't want to be like that. One of the dragons is in reverse. Okay, in other words, guard down. Softer. Please don't breathe fire on me. And someone else is their guard up and always on duty, always on call. Get things done, that aggressive Aries energy. So, yeah, doesn't have to be, but I got 2 dragons here. You could be the same, but you don't want to be. That's not where you are. You want some emotional inclusion and expression. Yeah. The letter I, and there it is again. I told you, combination here of air, particularly Libra for some of you. That's their medallion, and a little bit of Aries. It may or may not be anything. But just to let you know, it doesn't feel balanced. Yeah. Okay, Taurus, honey, I do hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Virgo, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Show me Virgo in their person, please. Show me Virgo in their person. Show me Virgo in their person. What's going on, please? Show me Virgo in their person. Show me Virgo. Show me Virgo. All right, I think that's where we want to be. Like always, we're going to start with your side of the board, but as I explained in the intro, reverse those energies as you see fit. What's going on? Ace of Wands, 4 of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups. Yeah, but do you want to keep holding back, though? Tower, 7 of Swords, the 3 of Cups. That needs to be left alone. There's something else you want to open up towards, but you're hesitating. Whatever this is collapsing on itself. It's completely different. Let's get that out of the way right now. Ace of Swords, Knight of Wands, the Hierophant. I knew it. Yeah, 5 of Cups. You're feeling loss and remorse. Yes, I know. Somebody had something very similar. I want to say it was Leo. I don't remember. It was distinct. When something's clearly at an impasse, it will not change. It's causing its own form of destruction, which is whatever this is that's attached to you is on its way out. You know this, and you kind of already have begun the energetic preparations to prepare yourself for new. It's kind of like you're waiting for the fallout to subside. I'm not sure how else to put that. It's very distinct. It's either for you or it's not. And if it's not, check here the placement. So let's back up. 5 of Cups, you are feeling a sense of loss, regret, remorse, but it's not for what's happening around you, I don't think. Someone here's making a very rough exit, and it's not nice. It's passive. It's angry, small, and mean, cold. And that could be why you're upset. Don't get me wrong. 5 of Cups. You're sorry, maybe it had to turn out this way, but your mind, and specifically your energy, is already turned towards something else. You have hope for it, but you also miss it simultaneously. So I don't know what that means to you. You would know best. Okay. You long for something that's older in nature, but you know it, and you'd like to give it a brand new beginning. Something is clearly on the way out, and you'd like to re-emerge like a butterfly on the other side of a cocoon, you know? Somebody else had something, not the exact same, but it's there. Okay? Okay, but yeah, there's a 5 of Cups. Ace of Wands, 4 of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups. Yeah, as I say, do you really want to keep refraining from that? No, you have a light of path of energy attached to you, hope, inspiration, but it's coming across as renewal based on old remorse. Shadows of the past that you could address in present day and feel good about, but not just yet. You want your heart in full working order, I believe, with the Queen of Cups there. Okay. We're not quite there yet. Something around you is still kind of imploding on itself. And like I said, it's kind of angry, small, mean. The Tower, 7 of Swords, 3 of Cups. In light of the changes that are on this person and how much they've been lying to themselves. I don't know when they got confronted. Perhaps it was you. Perhaps you delivered the Tower, or they're just now seeing it for themselves via some form of revelation. That they've been lying to themselves about wanting this or connecting to you. And they're kind of, the results of that are catching up to them. Okay, what you get for lying to yourself that much, that long about what you're connecting with, who you're connecting with, and why, it's going to hit you. It's going to be an uncomfortable cracking of an egg of knowledge on top of your head. So imagine somebody cracking an egg on your head and how awkward that is, but also kind of gross, slimy, and uncomfortable. And this is where we get the expression of egg on your face, because it's all those things. You know? Somebody got egg on their face, but it's not yours. It's in relation to you, and most likely how they felt about you this whole time, forcing themselves to connect with you and not really acknowledging it, which means they were trying to keep something together that they really didn't want, and now they're being forced to deal with that particular tower. So you either brought that tower of truth down upon them and confronted them on it. You don't really want to be here. You don't really want to connect with me, and it's time you admitted it, or they themselves are understanding it the hard way. I don't know. The energy has not completely exited. The dust around it has yet to settle. And I think that's why you're showing me restraint. You want to make sure that you're in good working order before you readdress something else, a connection that you say might have promise and would still make your heart feel open and full. In other words, you understood that whatever paltry 7 of Swords, 3 of Cups that they sometimes gave you but wouldn't fully acknowledge that they didn't want, you want the opposite. You want an open heart experience full of high capacity love. Okay. Ace of Swords, the Knight of Wands, and the Hierophant. And this is what kind of verified what was going on for me. You have a strong sense of I need to do right by me. As the Hierophant here, I'm not saying this as commitment, which, by the way, he represents commitment unto thyself first, higher self. You're showing me a recommitment to yourself and who you are and what you intend to do. And you say you won't back. Well, that's petty. That's Tom Petty, of course. I won't back down. You can stand me up at the gates of hell, but I won't back down. That's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah, we are 1,000% standing by our truth and being unapologetic about where we need to go or need to be or the decisions we need to make for ourselves. And you have so much life breathed into you, at least spiritually, and coming to terms and a firm grip on the Ace of Swords about what your truth is. It's like, I won't be stopped and I won't back down. You're saying this is what you have to do for you. So I'm going to go ahead and take a guess that somewhere in here, without clarifying today, I'm thinking you put the tower down on that person's head about the truth. You really don't want to connect with me. And I'm tired of you standing there lying to me, acting like you do. You sneak away from me in any social engagement, emotional or otherwise, that we could have. Why do you expect me to stay connected to you? You clearly don't want what I have to give or offer. When I can stand up for myself and choose a new beginning. Now, you might be keeping that to yourself. I just know that bare minimum, you're not engaging with it yet. I think you're waiting for things to continue to settle. Okay. It's very powerful, what you have done and what you will continue to do. I just know it's correct for you. And while the situation may seem difficult and grievous, I promise you you did this person a favor that was reluctant. I don't think they wanted that knowledge. I know they didn't. I know they didn't want the truth. They didn't want the truth. I know. That's what towers are for. So they can either be brought to us as a favor by the universe. They still suck. Or they can be brought towards us to other people. I can't help but believe you delivered that tower in some way that was significant or meaningful. I don't say it as being malicious. It's just simply, here's the truth. Stop avoiding it. You don't want to connect with me. You don't want to be seen with me like that. You don't want to share emotional experiences with me like that. Something like this. It was a matter of time. Some of you might have one of those old-fashioned Swiss clocks. The birdie clocks. Cuckoo. Number 37. It was a matter of time. That time, by the way, was stacking up on each other. Do you see how intricate that is? For a simple concept as to tell the time. There are multiple points of clocks here. In other words, you could have addressed this a long time ago, and perhaps it crossed your mind on more than one occasion to do this. But somehow it had to add up over time. Perhaps we knew when it was finally ready. When the cock crowed. Number 27, the in-depth message, old-fashioned way, with pen and ink. But no, just the thoughtfulness, the detailed thoughtfulness, either what you delivered here or what you will deliver in future. Number 27. Yeah, I strongly suspect some of you might have some fairly prominent Taurus in your chart. Here we have the cross, that sense of religious duty, commitment duty, that kind of thing. But also, once more, I want to deflect to you, everything begins with the self. When you know how to commit to yourself appropriately, you will know how to commit outside of yourself appropriately, with strength and no misgivings. And that's how we use our commitment appropriately. You'll never have to question your commitment if you don't have to question yourself first. Okay? So that's why it's important to stand in your power and know who the hell you are and what you stand by. Okay? Because otherwise, in this particular deck, your sense of commitment becomes a burden, a cross that you have to carry. So in this deck, it's actually a negative connotation. This is my cross to bear. Bear, but to shoulder, to burden, and then therefore to bury too. You have to know. But this is not, it's seen as a martyr complex. I have to carry this indefinitely. Maybe one day I'll be rewarded. A lot of people, shockingly, have that mentality. It becomes a pity party. That is not the higher self. That is not commitment. You need to see it. That's why the cross is so prominent here. Don't get me wrong. I understand religious principles are important. And so are you. Anything that would ask you to weigh yourself down and crawl. How good for you is it really? Okay. Was it 36? Yeah. Some of you are the mature man. Again, more that earth energy. And this also denotes someone demographically who says middle-aged. The masculine, I know better. I've seen some things. A bit. Also Taurus energy. Number 5. Yeah. 5. I know the commitment thing is important too. Whoever I'm looking at, experience has taught you, rightfully so, that commitment is important to be a man or woman of our word. And at what point does your word come into conflict with what you're experiencing when someone else fails to live up to their side of the commitment? That's when it stops being a commitment. It takes two, baby. You got to remember that. I have a great example of this. I don't mean to go on and on. I'll try to keep this short. But we've heard the saying. Most of us have heard the saying. Okay? Honor thy mother, thy father. And I once worked with a lady who was under severe conflict because she grew up very religiously, and I understand, I did too. I went through the whole thing. Catechism, baptism, the whole thing. Catholic. So I understood. I understood her point of view. I understood her background. It's like my parents are asking me for money I don't have. They didn't plan for retirement well. They had no savings. They went bust and broke many times on foolish adventures, poor investments. She goes, I'm of a certain age. I've worked very hard for what I have, my own sense of security. They were an example of everything not to do. Brilliant. That's a brilliant form of learning, observation, and insight in how you can shape your life through someone else's example. So in many respects, she was honoring thy mother and thy father. People don't think of it that way. The reverse works too. You learn by the example and also how nor what not to do. And she said, they're asking me for money now in their old age, for I don't have, and it would jeopardize my own security, and then I would end up being like them, and therefore everything I've ever done, I'd end up like them. For my dedication would be for nothing. But she came into conflict with that religious belief. This is my cross to carry. It's my burden. Honor thy mother, thy father. And I said, yes, honor thy mother, thy father, but not at your cost. Because at some point, they stop honoring you. Honor thy mother, thy father does not mean bury thyself in debt that was never yours. This is where we have to differentiate between commitment to the self and commitment to others. If it works against you, then it's not good for you. If your commitment is standing up for yourself and saying, this is what I believe in because it's correct for me, not from a place of arrogance, ego, or any sort of self-destructive behaviors, then it's correct. That was their debt, and it's literally their karma. They chose to do with their life what they chose to do. It should not be forced upon their child, even if she's grown. It's not the point. Their debts are not hers to pay. So that's where our beliefs should not cross the threshold of our own personal beliefs. She honored them by learning from them to do the opposite of what they had done. Do you see how commitment works? Differentiate it, please. I can tell that for the Virgo I'm looking at, the reason I'm going on is because it's a heavy reference point. So what happens when you're tied to someone who disavowed the contract? They don't want to be there, and they've been acting that way for years, but they keep putting up pretense that it's false. No, they stopped honoring they don't have the commitment to the self. First of all, to be honest with themselves, and then second, to give you that same level of consideration, truth, and insight. So no, as far as I can tell, in this so-called commitment, whatever this is, they stopped honoring the contract some time ago, which means, from your point of view, consider it null and void. I said what I said. And I know it's easy, because I'm looking at cards and things like this, but guys, lessons apply. Always. So you take what resonates, you leave what does not. Reverse energies as you see fit, and if it's not for you, check your other placements. Or stop watching tarot. I mean well for you. I want you to have the same sense for you too. Okay? Let's do some charms. When I put it from that point of view and lens, she did the hard thing, by the way. Which was the right thing. She stood up for herself and said, I cannot do this. I love you. You're my parents. But what you're asking for is not correct. It's not appropriate. She helped in terms of assistance in finding them resources, but without utilizing her own. So again, she stood up for herself. She did great. Very proud of her. Yeah. I still talk about my clients like I still work with them. It just, people leave an impression upon me. Don't just easily dismiss it. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. A G, P, and D. We have the dragonfly. Transformation principle is applying here 1,000%. Yeah. The anchor. I know many of you are anchored in certain traditions, normatives, beliefs. I understand. You're saying without that anchor, what am I or who am I? What kind of man or woman am I if I can't live? Again, honey, who are you comparing it to? What did I say about the energy? Match it. And if it can't match you, it's not balanced. You don't have to anchor yourself to something that's not balanced, correct, or lies. That would make you the fool, not the Hierophant. Something to think about. Here we have the intuitive piece of Pisces, but it's in the reverse, but it's still Pisces medallion. Listen to your intuition, please. Not so much the structure and the norm, but your intuition. The lightning bolt. Oh, I'm sure. Right there. That tower. Right there. Yeah. 1,000%. The dog in reverse. I know you're tired of thinking of these things, and it causes you anxiety, but your anxiety indeed is coming down. Okay. All right. Virgo, honey, I hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Capricorn, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Show me Capricorn and their person, please. Show me Capricorn and their person. Show me Capricorn and their person. Show me Capricorn, please. Okay. Like always, we're going to start with your side of the board, but as I explained in the intro, reverse those energies as you see fit. What's going on? Two of Cups. The Knight of Cups. The Seven of Wands. Seven of Cups. Six of Cups. Judgment. Okay. I got two people here struggling to open up to each other, but you both want to. Excuse me, once more. Beyond my control. Page of Swords. The High Priestess, the Devil. Okay, Six of Pentacles. Keeping the balance in your day-to-day. Not surprised for you. But yeah, I have two people here who would like to actually fundamentally open up towards each other. Two of Cups, the Knight of Cups, the Seven of Wands. You're saying you are feeling a particular way towards somebody. It is soft in nature, it's romantic, and it suggests vulnerable. And you're saying, I can't be those things with that person. You'd like to. But that Seven of Wands is self-imposed. That's something I don't see you're letting your guard down on, at least not right now. It doesn't always have to be that way. The Seven of Wands can stop. It can. But right now it's in place that says I cannot express myself to this, even though we're feeling the same way. You're telling me this. You strongly believe and feel that you both feel the same way. But you're saying I can't express that to this person, or I'm not able to be romantic or soft or vulnerable with that person. Okay. Seven of Cups, Six of Cups, Judgment. The truth is, in this person, they recognize the soul bond. They believe that there is one between you and them. They really believe this. They try to keep themselves open to that concept spiritually. They say it's a strong possibility. It's a strong possibility and probability. From this person's point of view, they're saying it's a really good chance Capricorn and I are soul bonded. And there's judgment there attached to this person. In the greater scheme of things, they would actually like to know what it means. They're open to the subject, to discovery, emotionally and spiritually. You're showing me I'd love to just open up to them in the general sense. I feel roughly that we feel the same way, but I can't be vulnerable like that, or I can't express myself like that. So the Knight of Cups is that knight responsible for delivering our emotional selves, our softer selves, our vulnerable selves. And you're like, I can't do it. You won't let yourself pass on this one. I mean, pass by that, I mean move forward to it. And they're like, they would love to explore the subject with you, but that's all I really see with them. They'd like to know what it means, where it goes, what it means, the context, the spiritual context, the meaning and significance. I know you and this person share emotional memories and actual memories. I see them. It's at the heart of the reading. You two go a way back. It's one of the few times I see the Seven of Cups in a positive position here. They would love to explore what this means with you and define it and understand it and the weight of it and why you two are in each other's lives and why specifically did you two affect each other the way you did. They are very open to the unknown. They are. But I don't see any action from this person either. You're blocking what you feel and what you want to express. I don't know if it's a vulnerability issue or you just don't feel like you can approach it at this time. Seven of Wands is very temporary. They're just telling me that they're open to this subject. They would love to explore what this means with you. To define it, or maybe if they can't define it, to perhaps just understand how you two fit in terms of context in each other's lives. It's very open-ended and a willingness to explore the unknown. It's actually quite nice. Page of Swords, the High Priestess, the Devil. There you are, darling. I'm not pointing fingers. I'm not saying Capricorn. I don't know. I'm trying to understand you here. Page of Swords, the High Priestess, the Devil. You literally are not listening to your intuition. It's not an accusation. I read the cards. That's either true for you or it's not. Page of Swords. That Page of Swords, by the way, is the most helpless of the pages. The least equipped to do anything with anything, anybody, anywhere. And really, the reason he's associated with observation or spying is because he wants to know more, so that way he feels more equipped to do something. Okay? But it's attached to intuition. Not good. You have a wealth of a conduit within you, literally right here. You, devil. but you're afraid to listen to your intuition. Why? Why? Why are you afraid to listen to your intuition? That it's going to tell you to keep pointing at this no matter how much you want to resist it? That would be my guess. That would be my guess. You're afraid to listen to your intuition because you're afraid of where it might take you. And you already know where it'll take you. It's the very thing you're stopping. So, I'm not saying you're right or wrong, or they're not right or wrong. I'm sure you two had your own particular parts to play. But I just see in your kind of busy day-to-day Six of Pentacles world, the part of you that is your most intimate self, that would like to make itself known, is what you express the least. You already know what your intuition would tell you if you allowed yourself to access it. Go take care of business with that person. I can't make you. Spirit can't make you. You'd have to rise into it, claim it, and put your walls down. There's something here, though. I don't think you're withholding your emotions because it's fun. I don't think anybody would do that because it's fun. I keep coming up against that word vulnerability. I really strongly feel here, with your power card here, with the intuition, you're terrified to listen to what your inner voice would say. Because your inner voice would say, let her rip, tell him everything. And there's a part of you that just like, kind of dies a little bit on the inside at the idea of it. It's almost choking sound. But what's in you is so beautiful, so I don't know what you have to withhold. I don't think you're hiding it, but you definitely withhold it from yourself first, and therefore, by extension, whomever that is. Everything begins with the self. So if we choose not to share, we choose not to share with ourselves first. And then, therefore, anyone else who might be involved. So, you can do the opposite. The Seven of Wands compared to your energy here is nothing. You can let your guard down. You can choose to listen to yourself, but you have to choose. I'm sure you have your reasons, but then we all do when we get defensive, particularly around that subject of vulnerability. A lot of us will put a wall up super fast. We don't think we will, but we will. We will. I'm not saying they're perfect, and I'm not saying you're at fault. That's none of that here. I'm just saying there's what you feel, and there's what you're allowing yourself to do and not do. You want to do the opposite of this, so my job is to encourage you to do that. I see no threat or harm from this person other than a willingness to understand what your two connections mean. They believe it has greater meaning and context, but they're kind of hanging there in terms of I don't actually know, because Capricorn and I aren't exchanging cups anymore, or we're not right now. So, okay. What's going on, please? Anything else in here? I am seeing a lot of summer. Oh my god. I understand it's annoying. Trust me, it annoys me more. I'm seeing a lot of summer references here today. A lot of 6s and 7s and the height of summer activity. Even your blockage is coming across the 7. It doesn't have to be. I just know that you're feeling this now. But it doesn't always have to be felt. Number 8. The coffin. This has the opportunity to end or transform, depending on one's point of view. Scorpio energy. We also have 8, which is later towards the end of summer, August. Perhaps there will be resolution by then. I know. God, you're looking at that. Look at you. Look at you. Look at you. Look at that. Look at that. This is the romantic. Everybody's gotten the romantic female. You're the first person to pull the romantic male. This is the man who wants to love. He wants to love deeply. Look at that focus on his face. That stupid, handsome face. Look at that ridiculously stupid, handsome face. So intent on his romantic object of desire or love. He's so ready, wants to express himself so deeply, so badly. Number 28. Look at that focus. The female gaze in tarot always drifts away, out there on the horizon, romantic, dreamy, open, ripe for love. The masculine recipient energy, where the source is, always focused, target. That is what I desire. That is what I love. You know whom your gaze would rest upon. You feel it. You allowing yourself to point in that direction, that's up to you. Like I said, you can either kill it altogether or possibly transform. In other words, do the opposite. Number 28 and 8. Yeah. Bad health. I don't say it this way. I see it as this is wearing on you. It must be exhausting putting up that wall when you don't want it to be there. I know it is. Like I said, there should be some resolution, perhaps later in the summer. There's the bright messenger. Swift, bright, light, cheery, colorful, vibrant. 1. But that's still under the moon. What we would say, what we theorize about. Oh, I kind of know what you would say, and it's also vibrant in your terms of your imagination. Also, the implication of action here. I know what you would do. You can't stare at someone like that and tell me you don't know what you would do. I know what you would do. I know what you would say. You might bypass talking altogether and kiss their face off. Took the words right out of my mouth. Yeah? I'm still under the moon. Okay. 1 and 32. What did I say? Charms. We have the letters G and C. The heart with the nurse's cap in reverse. Our heart over this subject feels vulnerable, like we can't expose it. It hasn't been able to heal either. But we don't like the idea of being opened up and pouring our heart out. Oh, honey, that's what it's for, though. You see how much energy it's costing you to keep this to yourself? Why do I feel like I'm playing devil's advocate? Maybe I am. That part of you that you want to win so very badly is the very one I want to lose. I want you to lose. That way you can win. That's the thing about vulnerability. Sometimes you have to be willing to lose in order to win. That's all. And we also have Snowflake, time of winter, of course, and then also Scorpio. All right. I do hope this helped you. Put in the comments as you see fit. Take care. Be well. Scorpio, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Show me Scorpio in their person. Show me Scorpio in their person. What's going on? Show me Scorpio, please. Show me Scorpio. Show me Scorpio. Okay. Like always, we're going to start with your side of the board, but it's like explaining the intro, reverse those energies as you see fit. What's going on? Judgment. Page of Wands. 7 of Pentacles. Okay. Death. 2 of Wands. The 5 of Pentacles. Okay. Strength. 7 of Wands. And the High Priestess. King of Pentacles. Sorry, I'm not home right now. I'm walking in a spider web. Leave a message and I'll call you back. Except whatever this is, you've done a job isolating from it. You really have. And you're saying that was my decision, that was my choice, and it's something I arrived to as being correct for me. And I have since gotten along my pathway. Okay? It's incredibly straightforward. Actually, you're not showing me any conflict of interest, spiritually or emotionally. Granted, I'm not clarifying, but you're also saying you know what your priorities are, and You actually are about your business and keeping those in order. King of Pentacles, very practical, resourceful, head of household. I know what I'm doing, nurturing, that kind of thing. I develop my household and anyone in it. That includes myself too. I know my self-worth. I know what I'm about. I know what I'm doing. And Judgment, Page of Wands, Seven of Pentacles. You actually seem to be in a process that says, not only did I resume my pathway, I'm kind of open to doing things differently. 100%, this is my business. This is my priority right now. I've made the decisions I've made. I've accumulated a certain sense of resourcefulness, prosperity, security for myself. And I'm open to new possibilities. Just, I'll take my time with it. Seven of Pentacles. That's all you're showing me. Someone around you, Death, Two of Wands, the Five of Pentacles. They recognize you, and they recognize possibly the ending of your connection. They look out on the horizon occasionally, and they think about this. They think about the break. It's still with them. It still lingers with them. A particular sense of abandonment. Strength, Seven of Wands, the High Priestess. Your intuition tells you to keep this no contact in working order. It takes you strength to reinforce this decision, which means it's not coming to you easily. But your intuition is telling you that's the case. You need to enforce this order of no contact. Especially if you're leaning into the practical side of things, there's something about this then that perhaps does not speak to you practically as being abundant, fruitful, prosperous, or having a point. Especially since you're showcasing to me pentacle, 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 serve a purpose or go away. I'm open to new things that might grow, perhaps slowly, but nonetheless, I'm only interested in opening business for that which prospers, has a point, serves a purpose. Does this lend to my greater good? Does this lend to my self-worth? You're saying whatever this is that you were enforcing a no contact with is the opposite of this. Not only did you have to end it, and they recognize that as being on you, but it's also like abandonment. Scorpio had a right to. So while it's not easy, and they associate you with causing the division or the actual physical separation, it's also like this was going to happen. No new information on this person's part. So they must know that whatever it is that you're trying to achieve in this life, they're not a part of it, they can't attach themselves to it, or they can't help lend it to your sense of prosperity, growth, effort, purpose, drive. I don't know, but there's something about their energy that runs in the negative. They take, they don't give. Or they knew that they were a bad project. There wasn't enough to put into and they couldn't give back, something like this. I don't know. So it's a weird sort of acceptance, even while it points at you and it says you're the culprit, there's also a weird sort of acceptance that says it's also true. All I could do from this was take because I'm myself an abandonment issue person. So if this was somebody who you tried to do project stuff with, that you tried to incorporate at some level of self-worth, this might be something, this might be someone worth knowing, this might be someone worth having in my life, because I don't see the romantic nature in it at all. It's coming across as bad business, bad investment. This person, I thought they had prospects, but no, they don't. In some way, practically speaking, in your life. But it does run in the negative. They seem to know this. They could only ever take, not give. And that's never good. That's not healthy. You're open to stuff that grows, even new ideas about things that grow. Even if it's slow, you're saying that's fine. It just needs to have something, some sort of proof of legitimacy. Otherwise, it serves no purpose. It's saying that someone who's head of the household, you get these things. Strength, Seven of Wands. That in and of itself is very telling. You have to use strength to reinforce your decision to block. So that tells me this wasn't easy for you. If you're having to exert that much strength of will to keep yourself separated from this, does that mean you would have kept giving to it and they just would have kept taking? But you have to strength to uphold that kind of will of law you're showing me. It tells me it's not easy for you, not when it comes to this connection. So this could be someone whom you know, and for that reason you feel a sense of obligation, such as we might associate with family. Okay. Someone who cannot help themselves and they know they can't give back what you give them. I don't know. You're saying it's a bad job. It's a bad investment. And they know it too. So in many respects, while they point the finger at you, I also think they don't blame you. Your High Priestess is here saying this is how it must be. Okay. Was this division rather recently? You know? You had to stop supplying this person. You had to stop giving to them. Right? At some point it would have had you running in the negative too if you kept at it. You know, it's no easy thing to understand when you have to stop investing. And you're having such a heavy emphasis on the 3D. This was a bust. This was not a deal or no, it's a bust. But it's coming across as a personal thing. Okay. So that tells me you must know this person or, like I said, if you have to go out of your way to impose a blocking will on someone like that, then you know the situation has the possibility of turning personal. And I think you're trying to keep it as a business decision. It really looks like that to me. Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry I disappointed all our cross-watchers. It just doesn't feel like that. Not today, not this round. So check your other placements, yeah? It is what it is. Okay, something either grows, is fruitful, develops, and can build alongside you, contribute in equal measure, or it cannot. You know? In this respect, I honor your decision, and I know it hurts you to do it. That's a lot of strength of will. It could be one of those things, honey, it's like I lent you $5,000, $10,000. You said I would have this in return. This has failed. And not only that, insult to injury, you're asking for more. No. You see what I'm saying? You already kind of ran in the negative with this person. Don't make it worse. Especially if you understand priorities. Priorities, honey. You got bills too. You have obligations like everyone else. All right? And just because you're resourceful and you're financially well or stable does not mean other people have the right to shoe themselves in on that and have nothing to show or give back. That's bad business. I agree with you on that one. Okay. No. That's a bad job. The observation, basic details, everything you needed to see. You investigated this pretty thoroughly, it's looking like. About the correctness, seeing things for what they are, really having to get in there and kind of with a microscopic kind of point of view, really understand the ins and outs of this, finalize contract details, obligations. The proof was there. It probably wasn't very hard to find. Number 44. Okay. Looking at something in detail. What they're saying versus what's actually happening. All that good stuff. Yeah. Something tells me what you do is unique, rare, and not easily created. This is the garden of the hothouse flowers, but it's majestic. It's rare, it's exotic. You created something that thrives in very rare conditions, and it's beautiful and it's prosperous, but you could also take away from that too if you don't carefully maintain everything around it. So this could be an analogy or metaphor, for your home, what it is that you do. Not anybody can replicate it, but a lot of people are going to want to get in on it. You're a showcase. You're showcasing what you can do, and all that you have built and or grown. It's going to attract people who want to quote unquote get in on that, and they can't. You can't replicate the original, honey. Okay. Now it's exotic. It's coming across as exotic, and not easy to do. Which means if it's exotic, that means it's that much more temperamental. Okay, with very little effort, it can be dismantled as well. So keep this in mind. I know, yeah, we're talking about business today, guys. We're talking about legacy, what you have built. It's not common. What you have done, many can see it, but that doesn't mean they should touch it. We're talking about your legacy here, the family tree, the way of life, which you have concerned yourself with from the very opening. You don't want your legacy destroyed because someone wants to quote-unquote get in on it, or they think that you're a bottomless pit of resources. Let's say you are wealthy, okay? Let's say what you did was incredible. and somebody wants to replicate it, get in on it, etc. That was you. That was your vision. If someone could do what they did, they would be able to do it. And if someone could match your efforts and give back, they would be able to do it. Don't destroy your own legacy, right? Someone can either do these things or they cannot. Someone can either give and lend to that tree of life or they cannot. You have a legacy attached to you. You have to think about who inherits it. It's not easy what you do, but the results speak for themselves. And it's so easy when people see the results. Oh, look, it's so easy. I could do that. Or, oh, I could, anybody, da, da, da. No. Mm-mm. When you are that skilled and or crafted, everything looks easy until someone tries it. And it's like, oh, I can't do that. You ever see somebody watch sports, something like that? Growing up, I used to watch the skating Olympics, obsessed with skating. It was poetry in motion. Just, oh, God. And there's always some loudmouth. Oh, they should have done this or they should have done that. Uh-huh. Have you ever so much as put one foot in an ice rink before? And they should have done this, they should have done that. Or the quarterback should have done this or should have. Shut up. You're watching because you can't do it. Don't try to replicate it, honey. You'll hurt yourself. Okay. Anyway, but I am sorry that things ended up in this way, but do realize you did the reasonable thing, and because you were met with unreasonable results. If you had been met with reasonable results, this disconnect wouldn't have happened, okay? Full stop. No excuses. Sorry. You did the right thing. You have your practical hat on. You're concerned about the future, your legacy, your coin, etc. Okay? 25 and 44. 2? Okay. We have the medallion of Virgo. Some has some prominent Virgo in your chart. There might be something here in that influence as well. Mm-hmm. And then we have the turning of the leaf, the maple leaf, specifically indication of fall. Perhaps for some of you, last fall was the height of this activity or this upcoming fall. But something to do with the leaves. Again, that sense of growth, time passing. Only got 2. The letters A, E, and the crescent moon with the star in reverse. We had wished and hoped for other things, but the cycles have completed and we know what to expect by now. Okay. Scorpio, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Pisces, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Show me Pisces and their person. Show me Pisces and their person. I recall liking your Celtic cross reading quite a bit. Pretty sure. After a while, they all kind of get muddled up, but yeah, I think I liked yours. Pretty sure I did. What's going on, please? Show me Pisces. Show me Pisces. What's going on? What's going on, please? Show me Pisces and their person. Right as rain. We're going to start with your side of the board, but as I explained in the intro, reverse those energies as you see fit. What's up? Knight of Wands. 7 of Wands. 4 of Wands. Get back to that. The Emperor. 2 of Cups. Tower. Ooh. Ooh. Shared. Page of Pentacles. 8 of Pentacles. The High Priestess. You really believe this can be worked through. Perhaps you're correct. There's a misunderstanding here about one's emotions. Somebody really believed. Okay, let me back up. This really got my attention because we have elements here of the here and now. Frustration, passion. I want this. Hold on. Standing strong, empowerment, emotionality, and then we actually have 3D construction. So we got a little bit of everything here. in terms of how you two are fundamentally experiencing something. Let me make this clear. You would actually both like to rejoin. Let me get that out of the way right now. So if you're like, okay, cool, check your other placements. I got you. Just to let you know, FYI, this is coming through relatively soon. Okay? Six of Pentacles, your day-to-day is important to you, I have no doubt. Maintaining balances, etc. But that's not what we're talking about. I have someone here who represents a potential balance. And your energy around this subject is, it's equal parts passionate, fiery, and also pissed off. It's like, you're kind of telling me in your own distinct way, this person drives me crazy. And it kind of turns me on. So it's that kind of sexy crazy that people get into. It's like, why do you do this to me? And it kind of feels like that. It does. Here's the thing. I think you actually want to pull it into reality and balance it, though, to inject some reality into it, to inject some evenness into it. You're saying more often than not, this is how you operate every day, that you are able more or less to balance stuff. You try to. So it's not just work, guys. It's any kind of contract back and forth that you have with somebody where you ideally get something and you give something and it's equal. So that's a heavy reality, the appreciation of each other's time, energy, and efforts behavior that we contract ourselves to. That's the theory. So if somebody's not worth the time, energy, and effort, you know, because it becomes lopsided pretty quickly. So the idea is let's get it here. So you want to inject some normalcy into a situation that actually drives you crazy. It drives you sexually crazy. It drives, just say it for what it is. It drives your energy crazy. Gets your enthusiasm going. It gets you just like a slap in the face. That's what that energy does to you. But you're also like, Seven of Wands, control that. Seven of Wands, control it. Control it. Control that. Control that. Pisces, control it. Let's get some equal reality energy into this. And then Four of Wands, you're saying the core of this here is how this person and I can build this. Not how I get angry or excited or passionate or pissed off. The core of this is what that tarot lady is always talking about. A relationship is how two people build it. And you're like, if I concentrate on that, I might have some good results. Maybe you're right. Here's what's interesting. This Emperor insists that they know what's up. So we have a very commanding energy here. It's like empowered, and they're like, I know what's up. I know what's up. You and I do not have mutual feelings. That's what's up. So they're pretty adamant about this. They're pretty adamant. They're also wrong. They believe they're right. I don't know why they believe that they're right, but they honestly believe that they're right. They really believe you and I are not on the same page. It's actually not true. That tower has yet to take effect for that knowledge base that they are convinced that they have. And it looks like they honestly believe it, which means it's not malicious. I don't think anyone goes out of their way to believe we don't have the same feelings. They have reason to believe that. But it's also not true. They're still wrong. They just don't know that they're wrong yet. The tower. As far as I can tell, they don't know that they're wrong yet. Okay? So if your whole goal here is to inject some equality into this connection and the efforts to get some sort of building principle back into it, it looks like we need an emotional leavening. In other words, we talk about the feelings here because they're really under this misconception that you two don't feel the same way. And you're like, no, that's one of the things that drives me crazy. They're wrong. I do feel the same way. They have no idea how much they make me crazy. Well, then give them the idea. That tower hasn't happened for them yet. So if you want to balance this situation, and I believe you do, inject reality into it to even it. That would be my first thought. And it's over here too. Page of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, the High Priestess. Intuitively, you feel you could work through this with this person. Literally, you keep coming back to that, to the practical side. I know I can balance this. I put some real work into it. Intuitively, I feel this is the case. So you have to remember your intuition is still feeling, yeah? So I know you have a strong appreciation for the balance and the 3D and the practicalities and building structures, stuff that you can actually see and define with your hands. I understand. I do. But intuition is still water. It's still you. It's still feeling. You know that in order to quote-unquote work through this, we're going to need an emotional leavening here. Because this person doesn't understand that they're wrong. They really think that what they feel is correct. You and I are not on the same page. You actually are. You know that. But they don't seem to know that you know that. That's what I'm saying. The revelation for this person is yet to take effect. If it does, then there is an actual possibility to work through this. Okay? So you have to know that you want it. It's got to be more than this drives me crazy. It pisses me off in a sexy, weird sort of way. It gets you all twisted up sometimes, I know. But there's something in you. It's like I have to control that temper and I have to control the passion too. And I got to put real thought and meaning and feeling into that. And then stuff will start to take shape. I actually agree with you. They're so convinced. A little stubborn, are they? There's a little stubborn. But they really do believe they're right. Why do they have that? Why do they have that vision, Pisces? That we're not on the same page. They stand by it. They authentically believe it. And that's one of the things that pisses you off. You know the opposite's true. So why do they have the impression otherwise? Something to think about. Once more, not finger pointing. I just read the cards, guys. That's what I do. If it helps you, wonderful. I'm glad to hear it. If not, check your other placements. No big deal. Anything else in here, please? A little bit of luck. Yeah, a little bit of luck. A little bit of luck. Number 2. A little bit of luck. 4-leaf clover. The puffball thing that you wish on. The dandelion. Excuse me. The mature woman. This is someone who knows better. A sense of thoughtfulness, wisdom, experience. Kind of like the Empress. You know, in that respect of, it depends on how you use it. So while they might be stubborn, there's something here that they can listen and compromise, and they can be patient, kind, and understanding. They have those skills. They do. They do have those skills. Okay? A little bit of luck. The home space. They're a bit of a homebody. Something to do with the home. This person's house proud. Possibly house proud. I would absolutely call that house proud. The person who knows how to keep home, what it means, the context of it, the importance of hearth and family, and the heart of the home. Someone who's very house proud. They don't leave the house too often, though. I understand that. And there's the main guy. Someone here's the main guy. You share those things. The appreciation of home and the wisdom and experience of having worked hard and creating a safe space. You like that about them, I believe. Oh, there's that side of you that they drive you crazy. There it is. That's what I was looking for. Number 28, the romantic male. The main guy here, prominent feature. Okay. We have the person, the man who wants to be open, who has those romantic feelings of love and sincerity. You're either the main guy here, and this is the recipient, or this is you, and they're the recipient. Oh, the home is a very private place to this person. They're very careful with it. They listen. They're wise. They're like a wise woman, that kind of thing. Someone who has the experience. Family-oriented. I knew it. Family-oriented. I was focusing so much on this person. They might have kids. They might have a child, if anything. Nester. That one's a nester. I understand that actually really well. You know, when your home is your pride and joy, the peace and the serenity that you work so hard to construct in it. Especially if somebody has a dependent, even if it's not a child, let's just say dependent. You want your home to be a place of calm and serenity and things like that. Yeah, someone's very house-proud. Why is it such a distinct characteristic for that person? 2, 6, 4, 128, and 17. Someone's very loving, very maternal, strong maternal instinct there, very protective. Oh boy, so many. Okay, here we go. We have the medallion of Sagittarius, Gemini, Cancer, Aquarius, the octopus in reverse. Someone's convinced that the emotions don't exist and therefore has no reason to grip onto the other person. There's no insight with that either. The hot air balloons in reverse. There has been no insight on this. That's what I'm saying. I feel like someone doesn't know. They don't know. They really don't know. They think they have no reason to hold on to you, or you have no reason to hold on to them. Someone's really convinced of that. P and W and the letter J. Okay. Someone here is extremely intelligent. Emotional and intelligent. Emotional and intelligent. Well, that would come along with that wisdom and experience we were talking about. Someone who can both feel their feelings but understand when to use common sense too. It's not a bad thing. All right, Pisces, honey, I hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Cancer, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Show me Cancer in their person, please. Show me Cancer in their person. Show me Cancer in their person. What's going on, please? Show me Cancer. Okay. Like always, we're going to start with your side of the board, but as I explained in the intro, reverse those energies as you see fit. Let's see what's going on. The Four of Cups. The World. Yes. Knights of Cups. Okay. Okay. Good. Good. It's nice to see that. Three of Wands. Death. Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, I'd say it's time to move the heart space on, honey. But it's easier for me to say that. You have to live it. Judgment. Six of Wands. The High Priestess. Yeah, the decision's with you. It's just not here right now. You're getting to it. Okay. Overview. Ten of Pentacles. You have a lot going on. You have a lot at stake. You have a foundation that runs deep. Your tree of life, the Ten of Pentacles, is important to you. It's the roots that touch many, many things. So it goes well beyond our personal sense of success, career, finances. It's everyone who we know, whom we're connected to, the community, everything, family, everything, how our lives are extended outwards. Okay? There's direct contribution that we are aware of, such as personal, home, finance, and career, and then those who benefit from knowing you. So it's fairly extensive. Okay. I know that your environment is important to you, specifically your stability, of course. That seems to be in place. And it seems to take a big chunk of your story arc, too. It's with you all the time. Your legacy, what have you been working towards your whole life, what you have built, that kind of thing, where you've come from, the whole thing. That's all in there. Pretty extensive. When we pull back the lens and we focus on you, you're a different story. At the emotional level, you're unhappy. Why? The cause? The prompter? I don't know. I just know that you want to come out of it with the world. You want to cycle out those Four Cups, which can perpetuate for a long time. The number 4, has incredible stay power because it's the first time we see a circle. So the Four Cups, even though it seems like it's no big deal, it can stay there for a very long time if we're not aware of it or we just quote-unquote get used to it. Given the Ten of Pentacles is here, this could be an outstanding Four Cups for some of you. How long you've been unhappy, I don't know. But you're at the point now where you have become emotionally and spiritually cognizant of it, which means you're doing something about it. There's a lot of people, basically there's two types of people in this world, really. There's a lot of people, don't get me wrong. But more or less there's two operating functions when it comes to unhappiness. I see it, I acknowledge it, and I refuse to do anything about it because that's where I am. A lot of people choose that. You might be shocked. Maybe you're not. Maybe you've had experience with that before. And then there's the other type. I am unhappy, and I have been. I want that to change. I need that to change because people can want. That doesn't mean they're doing anything about it. You need the change, and you are. You are cycling out in some way. It won't be an overnight thing. But it's cycling out this sadness, this detachment, this depression, this upsetness, this lethargy, this I'm unhappy with it. I have been giving and receiving in love. Lack of emotional support, but specifically that sense of feeling loved or being in love, something like that. Being in love, I should say. Romantic, but vulnerable. You're tired of having to be in a position of shutting your emotions away. You want to express yourself. You want to be vulnerable. You want to open up. Do the opposite of where you came from. So that's how I know you want to change. You want to do the opposite of where you came from. That's always a good thing. That's how I know you're aware. Three of Wands, Death, Eight of Pentacles. Someone here does not have that same level of inspiration. They don't want to wait anymore for things to improve. They kind of want things to go on as is or not at all. It's upsetting. Death is right there at the heart of the reading. It's almost like saying, I give up. Don't expect anything more from me. I stopped doing that a long time ago. But also, I don't really want to transform how things work. So it's kind of like take it as is, like a car, as is, or nothing. So that doesn't leave you much room. I don't know that these were words that were spoken. This is the attitude, and it's a poor one. But it is take it as is. Don't expect anything more. And we can continue to do some basic pentacles with this, but don't expect transformation. Or nothing at all. Your pick. Again, it's the kind of attitude where there's not a lot of room to do anything, include grow, change, or evolve. I'm not willing to try, and I'm not willing to give up what I'm doing. It's like I stopped asking for expectations for improvements a long time ago. I suggest you do the same. So again, take it as is, or nothing at all. Judgment, Six of Wands, the High Priestess. You have a judgment here attached to you, and just you. They've already excluded themselves at this point about what it is they're willing to do, which isn't much. Judgment about triumph, confidence, self-composure, how you view yourself, and therefore knowing what to do. You have a lesson attached to you about self-confidence, reflection, and self-worth. Do you believe enough in yourself with the Six of Wands to listen to your intuition? Or are you more inclined to believe in, like, this person, that you should just do what's been done? Remember that crucial lesson. No change plus no change equals no change. You want change. I've made that clear. They do not. They've made that clear. So Judgment is asking you, Spirit there, the Archangel Gabriel, do you believe enough in yourself to listen to yourself? Do you believe in yourself more than what's being presented here? Do you have the confidence? Because it does take nerve. That's a good point, Spirit. It does take nerve to listen to yourself. Not the practical function for which we have become accustomed, but to listen to yourself. It's a whole other skill set, and you'd be shocked how many people aren't comfortable with it. Well, this is what I know. This is what I've always known. Therefore, ergo, we're going to continue to do it. And then there's what you would feel you would do for yourself, and just for yourself. One of these answers is correct. That which you want to change, that which they don't. That's it. One of you is right. The other of you is catastrophically wrong. Do you have the confidence to listen to yourself on this issue? We got a lesson here in confidence and listening to yourself. Not looking at the situation, hoping and hoping and hoping. You've done that before, they've said. Waiting uselessly on someone else's energy to change. Actions, motivations, behaviors, proof, evidence, something. You've done that before. Do you have the courage this time around to listen to yourself? Key. It's not just about being in love, guys. It's about someone honoring your heart space, because apparently you're supposed to be sharing it. They made it clear. Don't expect that from me. As is, or not at all. Well, I think that's the difference between suck and suck, doesn't it? Not much room there. So ask yourself, what would you do? Okay. Yeah, it's not nice voice. It's a not nice voice. Venomous thoughts. It's cruel, spitting, venomous. And it can leave an infection too, if you listen to it. The infection of the mind, the infection of the spirit. It takes the fruitfulness, you know, that tree, that beautiful tree. Tree. That's my lisp. Speech impediment, whatever. It's a combination of the two, actually. Beautiful tree and abundant fruit. It's blocked by the venomous thoughts that someone offers. The productivity and the fruits of your labor that you should be enjoying with someone is constantly off-putting. It makes it really hard, in other words, that person's energy to enjoy what it is you have built. Very hard. When somebody says, look, you grew this tree and therefore the fruit is yours, I won't let you come near it. I can't let you enjoy it because I don't. So I'm not going to let you. But don't expect changes either. You don't get to enjoy the fruits of your own damn labor. And there's a lot of labor in here. What you wanted was the love and appreciation of... I know there's a relationship in here. I got it. 4 of Wands here, some sort of relationship. I know, like I said, one of you is clearly right, and one of you is clearly wrong. Number 4. The occupation journey. Some of you need a break, a journey, vacation. Get the hell away from this. I think work for some of you keeps you so preoccupied because you literally told me that's your focus almost every day. And not just occupation, but your overall sense of environment because you care about it. You give a damn about what happens in it. But you also care about what happens to you as an individual. I think some of you need time apart, a journey, separate vacations, something that allows you to get out of this everyday sense of mindset and responsibility so you can focus a little bit more on you. Number 10 and 34. Take a little trip. I've always wanted to do a long distance train journey. I've always wanted to do that. It reminds me of that every time. I always wanted to do a travel across the country or something. European train travel. I've always wanted to do that. Anyway, perhaps for some of you that is your journey. And 41, the wishing well. Oh, indeed. What do you wish for, honey? Number 41. Oh, I get it. And ask yourself once more, are you really asking for so much? Oh, but what do you wish for? Oh, no. I know that's important to you. You made that clear. I know. I want you to open up with some trusted key members here and reflect on them, what you're experiencing, and then let that feedback hit you a little bit. Okay? I know you want what's best for the community and your 10 of Pentacles, but perhaps you need to start asking yourself what's right for you. I think that you're overdue for that. Again, do you have the confidence to listen to yourself? The letters G, H, the big star. What do you hope, wish, dream, want, and desire? That wishing well. Go crazy, honey. They've already denied you anyway. So you might as well go crazy with your wishes. Just be aware of your manifestation, that's all. Honey, if you're not done reaching for the stars and someone else clearly is, then you go ahead and reach for those stars. Okay? You tell them I said you could. Jesus. What kind of bullshit is that? Don't expect any more from me. Don't expect change. Otherwise, arrivederci. Someone's attitude's like that, and you're just like, I want to have feelings. Again, do you have the confidence to listen to yourself? That's all I'm going to say. We have 2 dragons here once more. Someone else had 2 dragons. One face up, one face down. Someone doesn't want the fire-breathing, hard-shelled creature. Not hard-shelled, but hard-scaled creature. We don't want the fiery. We don't want the management. Do you want to be managed? Do you want to be directed? Right? We don't want that. We want to turn the fire jets off and cool things down. And this person's like, nope, all dragging all the time. Always defensive, always angry, always breathing down your neck. Okay, Cancer, honey, I hope this helped you. I do. It's not much. I know it's just a check-in. This one had a really strong promise for some in-depth work. And I'll tell you what. Once more, it's either yours or it's not. That's it. That's all there is to it. Regardless, I do hope it helped. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well.